One of the common tasks that you'll want to do in working with ActionScript 3.0 is copy an element. Here, I'll show you how to use bitmap graphics to copy a movie clip symbol. On the stage, I have a very simple movie clip called circle_MC. It's just a black circle. Let's go to our code. Select the first keyframe of the Actions layer and go ahead and open up the Actions panel. When you're working with bitmap images, in order to create a bitmap copy of an object, you need two things. One is an instance of the bitmap data class, and two is an instance of the bitmap class. The bitmap class is used to display bitmap data. So let's create a bitmap data instance. So I'll create a variable called BD, short for bitmap data. Data type it to bitmap data. And we'll set it equal to a new instance of the bitmap data class. The bitmap data constructor has two required parameters, width and height. These are read-only properties, so once you set them, you can't modify them. For the width, I'm going to type circle_mc.width, and for the height, circle_mc.height. So I have that there. And the next thing we're going to do is create a variable to hold the bitmap image. So let's call this BMP. Data type it to a bitmap. Remember, the bitmap class is used to display bitmap data, and the bitmap data just holds pixel information. So we'll set that equal to a new instance of the bitmap class. And in the bitmap constructor, you can pass in a bitmap data instance to connect to the bitmap. So I'll do that here. Just pass in BD. And then I'm going to go down a few lines. And then I'm going to copy the pixel information inside of the movie clip circle_MC into our bitmap data object. You can do that using the bitmap data's draw method. So it's bd.draw, and then here we have to pass in any object that's drawable, which is essentially any visual object. So circle_MC. I'll pass that in there, and then all I need to do is put the bitmap on the stage. Just like the loader class that we looked at earlier in this chapter, the bitmap class is a visual class. So in order to see it, it needs to be placed inside of some other visual container. So we'll use the main timeline here and call its addChild method and pass in BMP. Test the movie, and there is the bitmap copy of the circle. It has the default X and Y position of 0 and 0. Now, how can you tell that it's actually a bitmap? Because they look exactly the same here. If you zoom in, I'm going to press Command plus on the Mac or Control plus on the PC a few times. You'll begin to see the pixelation of the bitmap image. Now, if I click and drag to pan to the right a little bit, then you'll see the pixelation of the bitmap on the left versus the smooth vector lines of the vector image on the right. So to copy a movie clip symbol into a bitmap, create an instance of the bitmap data class. In the constructor, pass in the width and height of the object that you want to copy. Create a new instance of the bitmap class, passing in the bitmap data object you created into the constructor. Call the bitmap data's draw method, passing in the movie clip that you want to copy, then add the bitmap object to the stage. That's all there is to it. For more information about the bitmap and bitmap data classes, you can look up bitmap data and bitmap in Flash Help.